Welcome back to Saving the Republic with Joe Staten, presented by Grab Your Gear Network, where we speak to people who work hard. Now, again, unorthodox set. I told you guys last show, if you are a follower of the program here, which we seem to be gaining some followers and gaining some traction. So shout out to you guys for tuning in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Been a little bit off schedule the past week and a half, week or so, as I am currently overseas. So the set will be unorthodox for a while. But does not mean we can't bring you content and talk about what matters the most that you're not going to hear about, which is very important. So we will continue to do so. If you want to follow that and learn what you really need to learn about the news and what's going on in the world that's going to impact your life, subscribe here to GYG on YouTube. Also follow our Instagram and TikTok pages at Grab Your Gear. Again, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We also have a long-form weekly podcast on the channel and a full documentary that you need to check out right on our homepage, The Union Hustle. So go check that out. Without any further ado, let's talk about today's news. So the biggest story today that I was watching was the former president and president-elect, feels pretty good to say that, Trump, traveled to the White House to meet with Joe Biden. Now, a lot of people have been following Trump's appointments. We're going to get into that in a few minutes. But this meeting was interesting to me because we've seen how Joe Biden has arguably appeared less hostile toward Donald Trump, and we have all heard the rumors and reporting behind the scenes of how much he has despised Kamala Harris and especially Jill Biden. There was a video of Jill and Kamala at a recent outing, and they didn't even shake hands, So clearly some bad blood there between the two, but Donald Trump met with Joe Biden, and I'll just go ahead and show you guys how it went. Now, this picture seems pretty surreal to me, honestly. Seems to be AI if you look at it, but it's actually real. This is Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Jill Biden. Importantly to note, Melania Trump actually turned down the invite from the Bidens to come to this meeting, citing reportedly the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago, which I guess you can't really blame her. But yeah, she turned down the meeting. But yeah, they met at the White House. Pretty funny picture here of the two with Biden wearing the MAGA hat. And we've all seen the video of him wearing the hat. But this is step one, right? This is step one of the transition into the Trump administration. And following that leading story, we have more appointments to Trump's cabinet. Now, I was going to report initially on Trump's appointment to Treasury Secretary, which you guys need to go read about Scott Bessent. Okay? He's a controversial figure to some. Very accomplished investor, hedge fund manager. The problem is that Scott has a history with George Soros. In fact, a very complicated and involved history with Mr. Soros, to the point where he worked for Soros for, I believe, 15 years. And then when he left George Soros's fund, which he managed largely almost all of it for George Soros, he received $2 billion from Soros himself to start his own hedge fund, okay? This guy is highly implicated with the man who has paid for the prosecutions of Donald Trump. Now, why this is somebody you'd choose to run your treasury, I don't know. That's a question for Donald Trump to answer. But I know on the other hand, that Scott has been outspoken and supportive of Donald Trump since 2016, has contributed a lot of money. But do you really want somebody with ties to George Soros? Probably not. But other than that, we've had the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, which was formed between Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, aimed at cutting government regulations and also just the overall size of government. That is going to be really interesting to watch that play out. But just today, we had an announcement, two big announcements. Firstly, that Tulsi Gabbard will be the Director of National Intelligence. All right, now I want you guys to watch a video really quickly on Tulsi's past comments, and we're going to talk about that and how this might relate to her role as DNI. Check this out.
The troubling part about all this is it's not even people who we vote for. When you look at what happened when President Biden had that infamous debate with President Trump, it exposed the reality that many of us have known for a long time, which is that President Biden has not been the guy calling the shots. He has not been the guy making the decisions, nor has it been Kamala Harris, for that matter. nor will it be if she is elected president. It is this cabal of, the Democrat elite, the woke warmongers, made up of the likes of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and Tony Blinken and Jake Sullivan and people who are in the military industrial complex, people who profit from us being in a constant state of war. It is those in the administrative state, in the national security state, who derive more authorities and ability to take away our liberty when we are in a heightened state of crisis or war. It is their friends and billionaires and people in media who all derive their power from being able to have a figurehead that essentially they can control. And the most troubling part about, there's so many things wrong with this, of course, but really at the most fundamental level, you look at, our country is the oldest democracy in the world, but the reality of a truly functioning and thriving democracy that has brought to life the vision that our founders had for us, that we really have a government of, by, and for the people, and that we have the ability and responsibility, for that matter, to ensure that the government we have only exists with the consent of the governed. That becomes very hard to do, to hold people accountable when the person that you voted for is certainly not the one making the decisions.
So, first of all, pretty incredible that this is going to be the person running the intelligence agencies, or at least overseeing them and calling some shots on those agencies. So, I would rate this a home run hire. Many people have called for Tulsi to be in this position, and just so excited to see this coming to fruition. And as she said, it's important that we return the government to its purpose, which is to govern those who pay for it, those who vote for the representatives, and to be, empowered by the consent of those people. Currently, that is not happening. All right. And we've already seen people flipping out about this. People are not happy. And one more clip here I found of Tulsi Gabbard that I think you guys would want to check out. It's a longer one, so I'm not going to play the whole thing, but check this out from Tulsi again.
Here are the undeniable facts. There are 25 to 30 U.S. funded biolabs in Ukraine. According to the U.S. government, these biolabs are conducting research on dangerous pathogens. Ukraine is in an active war zone with widespread bombing, artillery, and shelling, and these facilities, even in the best of circumstances, could easily be compromised and release these deadly pathogens.
First of all, why are we studying these things? We've all known about gain of function. Why are we even studying these things to begin with? And so we have biolabs in Ukraine. Have you ever heard about that from the mainstream news cycle? No. You going to hear about that from MSNBC, CNN? No, you're not going to hear that, because who knows why? Is it because they're implicated in this research? Is it because they've covered up what's happening? Is it because they are actively trying to create another COVID that they can unleash on the world and shut down the world economy and rob America of its sovereignty and rightful place as the world reserve currency and the most powerful nation in the world? Who knows? Maybe it's multiple of those factors, but the bottom line is, why is this occurring? This should not be occurring, and she knows about it. And again, the fact that this person is the one going to be the director of national intelligence, home run hire from Donald Trump. Another hire, this one probably even more controversial, Matt Gaetz to be the attorney general. I mean, talk about having gumption. Donald Trump does not care, guys. This is his second term. This is his legacy term. All bets are off. All right. The fact that you're going to put Matt Gaetz as the AG is kind of crazy to me, to be honest with you. Not saying it's horrible, but this man, I've seen him make a lot of comments where he just does not care. So I think it could go one of two ways. This could go a direction where Matt Gaetz is not at all restrained, and I think he'll be responsible as a grown adult, as a congressman. But I've seen him make some comments in the past that you don't want to abuse this power, you don't want to abuse this situation. As much as we do want to hold people accountable for committing crimes, we also don't want to go after people in the same manner that they tried to go after Trump for, cooking up charges, something they don't have, finding, show me the person, I'll find you the crime. We don't really want to do that, guys. But we do want to hold people accountable. So let's hope Matt Gaetz does that. The second way I think this can go is a good way. And I'm going to play this clip, and you guys will understand what I'm saying. But this is the reason why I think this could be a great hire from Trump.
Why is the world's foremost pederast protected? This makes no sense. Like this is like evil, right? Like everyone agrees on. It's like you got a 99%
on Epstein. Bill Barr is the one that needs to be called in to give sworn testimony on what happened there at Bureau of Prisons, because that is not that. There's just no way that the story you're getting is the real story there. No freaking way, and Bill Barr knows it.
I think most people believe that, right? Like it's like no way that that's.
I actually think I actually think that on Epstein, it was a foreign government that took him out. I don't think it was a domestic enterprise.
Really?
I do. I'm not going to say which one, but I don't think it was domestic inspired to take out him. I think that was a foreign operation, government.
So who you think he's referring to, you can take a guess yourself. I'm not going to say it. You can easily look it up on Twitter and see what people think. But the bottom line is that if this is somebody who's willing to at least look into this, I would say it's a win. We have the Epstein client list. Don't mention the Diddy list. I mean, I think it's becoming more clear by the day that the Diddy situation was a ring literally created to control celebrities. It was so funny seeing all these people come out. And I'm not saying that the people that endorsed Kamala are all on the Diddy list or they did something wrong, but it was just really funny to me that all these people marched out like soldiers who happened to be affiliated with Diddy, and they're endorsing one person. Guess who that is? Kamala Harris. I don't think a single person who endorsed Donald Trump was implicated or involved with P. Diddy in the past. So, home run hires. Controversial. All right. There's a big list of hires that keeps happening. When I say hires, it's not confirmed because the Senate has to confirm Donald Trump's appointments. Sadly, today, I don't even want to report on this, but John Thune did win the Senate Majority Leader race, something I reported on before, that he might be able to sabotage the president. So sadly, that did occur. Now, he did give his word that he would confirm Donald Trump's appointees and his cabinet, members. So let's hope he does that. But disappointing on the Senate side, guys. I mean, come on. This is the best we have. A guy who voted every time for Ukraine, a guy who stood up for the Uniparty. So don't even get me started on Thune. But that happened. All right. But yeah, long list of cabinet appointees that have to be confirmed. So not confirmed yet, but these are, I think, wins for the country. But let me know what you think down below. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Do you support Matt Gaetz as AG? Do you support Tulsi Gabbard as DNI? Let us know what you think down below. Really appreciate you guys tuning in today to Saving the Republic. Again, make sure you check out our main channel, Grab Your Gear. We have all types of content uploaded there multiple times a week. So check us out on our Instagram and TikTok as well at Grab Your Gear. And I will see you in the next episode on Friday. Take care.